boys and girls. Today we're going to be reading a book called Hooray for Wadney Wat by Helen Lester and illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. What do you notice about the title of the book? Do you think his name is really Wadney Wat? Let's read and find out. Poor Wadney Wat. His real name was Rodney Rat, but he couldn't pronounce his R's. To make matters worse, he was a rodent. A rodent. So is his name really Wadney Wat, or is it something else? What's your name, Wadney? Asked the other rodents. Wadney Wat, whispered Wadney. What's another name for bunny? They asked knowingly. Wabbit, he mumbled. And how does a train travel? They winked at each other. A twain twavels on twain twacks, Wadney replied miserably. Look at the picture. Do you think Wadney looks happy? Why not? All of this teasing, day in and day out, made Wadney the shyest rodent in his elementary school. His squeak could barely be heard in class. He gnawed lunch alone. And while the other rodents scurried and scooted about at recess, Wadney hid in his jacket. Why do you think Rodney is hiding inside of his jacket? Then one day, as the rodents were taking turns doing wheelies, a new rodent, a very large rodent, barged into the classroom and announced, "My name is Camila Capybara. I'm bigger than any of you, I'm meaner than any of you, and I'm smarter than any of you." Then she added, "So there." With that, she accidentally, or on purpose, elbowed an ear, bumped two noses, stepped on three tails, and lay down on a desk. Fur prickled in fear through the classroom. She sure was bigger than any of them. She sure looked meaner than any of them. Was she smarter than any of them? Let's think about what we just read. So we just met Camilla. We learned that she is mean and she picks on people. Let's see what else she does. What's 2 plus 2? Asked Miss Fuzzleworth. 4, shouted Camilla Capybara without even bothering to raise her paw. And furthermore, 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 8 is 16, and 243 plus 125 is 368. Later, when Miss Fuzzleworth asked, "What is the capital of?" Camilla interrupted, "New York, Albany, population 295,594. And during science, in answer to the question, "What part of the plant is below the ground?" Camilla Capybara danced on her desk and sang, "Root, root, root, rooty, root, root, rooty, toot, toot." Yep, thought all the other rodents. She's smarter than we are too. They felt very uncomfortable. Why do you think the other rodents were uncomfortable? Every afternoon, just before the final recess, Miss Fuzzleworth drew a name from her hat to see who would be the leader for their favorite game, Simon Says. She scrunched her eyes, closed, and jiggled the hat. Would it be Hairy Hamster? Minnie Feet Mouse? Grizzle Frizz Guinea Pig? Could it be the big, mean, smart Camilla Capybara? Miss Fuzzlesworth's paw reached in and pulled out the name of Wadney Wat. The bell rang. There was a wild scurry for the door, and Camilla Capybara was the first one on the playground, having trampled the others in her path. How do you think Rodney is feeling about being picked as the leader to play Simon Says? Let's read and find out. To Rodney, she looked especially scary. What would she do when she heard him speak? Breathe capybara breath in his face? Or tie him up in his own tail? Or even pounce on him? The tiny, trembling leader of the game stood before the eager players, his head well inside his jacket, and squeaked. Rodney Says, read the sign. And there's the sign. While the other rodents read, P.S. 142 Elementary School for Rodents, Camilla began pulling up weeds around the sign and wildly flinging them hither and yon till she was clear up to her teeth in deep dirt. The other rodents began to smile. I'm going to read what Rodney says again. All the rodents read the sign, but Camilla does something different. Let's see. Let's hear again. Rodney Says, read the sign. Why do you think Camilla does what she does and doesn't read the sign like the other rodents? Let's see what else happens. Rodney Says, wrap your paws around your head. He peeked a little peek out of his jacket and saw whap, whap, whappity, slappity, whap. Camilla was whapping her paws around her head so hard she became dizzy, gave herself a headache, and had to sit down. The other rodents couldn't help giggling. What are you noticing about Rodney? What are you noticing about what Rodney is saying? And what are you noticing about how the other rodents are reacting compared to how Camilla is reacting? Notice anything? Rodney says, wing around the wosy. Camilla put her arms out like wings and made airplane noises. Meow. But where was the wosy? What was a wosy? Look, Camilla's trying to find what a wosy is, and all the other rodents are playing ring around the rosy. And there's Rodney in the back, watching everything happen. But now Rodney's voice was stronger, and his head was entirely out of his jacket. Wake the leaves. Nobody moved. Rodney Says, wake the leaves. While Harry, Minifeet, and Grizzlefrizz and the others busied themselves raking, Camilla Capybara grabbed one leaf. Wake up, she yelled. Do you notice anything about Rodney now than how he was in the beginning of the book? What do you think changed about Rodney and why? Definitely seems a little more confident, I would say. She snatched another. Come on, you. Up, up, up. And another. Rise and shine. And another. Boo. By now, all the other rodents were squealing with laughter. All but Camilla, who frowned. Stupid leaves. They won't wake up. And why was everyone laughing at her? Such bullies. Why do you think all the other rodents were laughing at her? In a voice so strong, he had to hold his own ears, Rodney called, Rodney Says, go west. The other rodents collapsed in a happy heap for a rest. Go west. Camilla Capybara, feeling very smart that she could tell directions by the sun, said, all right, I shall go west. And then she added, so there. West she stomped. Forever she was gone. And from that day on, the pupils of PS 142 Elementary School for Rodents never teased Rodney again. He was their hero. Hooray for Rodney Wat! They cried, woot, woot, wooty toot toot. there was the book. Hooray for Rodney Wat. How did the other rodents' feelings towards Rodney change from the beginning of the book to the end of the book? In the beginning of the book, they seemed like they were a little bit of a bully to Rodney, but at the end it said that he was their hero. So what do you think changed? What lesson do you think the author was trying to teach us in this story? All right, so that was Hooray for Rodney Wat. Thanks for joining. Bye.